Good morning. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing great and having a blessed morning. I have been on the carnivore diet now for 4 months, maybe a little bit longer, but just around 4 months. And this is a very long overdue apology video. I was so wrong, you guys. I've never been so wrong as I've been in the past, and let me explain. So I'm sitting there with Rick about a week ago, and one of my old videos popped up on Facebook. It was from a couple of years ago, and it was me talking about how great I felt having gone on a raw diet. Now, this took place right after my blood pressure skyrocketed. It was 187 over 130, and I really did not feel good, you guys. I was super hypertensive, like I felt dizzy, lightheaded, nauseous, very, very shaky. It was a really, really bad time. And I remember being on the phone with my mom, and my mom begging me to go and get on blood pressure medications, that this family has a history of heart disease and strokes, and you got to get on blood pressure medications. And guys, let me tell you, I have been on a food is medicine kick for about, I don't know, maybe 5 years now. Maybe even longer than that, because my real transformation started taking place in like 2011, 2012-ish, where I was no longer willing to continue eating the fast food and all the processed packaged stuff that had like MSG and artificial colors. I was just starting to scratch the surface back then. But I've been on this kick that food is medicine for a while. And I remember arguing with my mom, and I said, listen, just give me 30 days. Give me 30 days. And if my blood pressure doesn't come down, then I'll go see your witch doctors and get on some pharmacia for my blood pressure. But I ate my way into this situation. Let me try to eat my way out. And this way of thinking drives my mother insane. She doesn't understand it. She doesn't agree with it. And so I had to go on my own journey. So anyways, so this video pops up, and it's me going on and on and on about how good I feel being on this, basically a raw diet. I wasn't eating any meat. I was eating only fruits and vegetables and nuts. And it had been about a month. And I was going on and on and on about how good I felt. And me and my husband were just laughing because we know where that ended up for us. Okay? It ended up with me being incredibly run down, no energy, not feeling well within 3 months. And guys, that's how it went with every single thing I tried. I'd go gluten-free, and initially I'd feel really good, and then I would crash. I'd go vegetarian. I'd feel really good, and then I'd crash. I went pescatarian. I felt really good, and then I crashed. It never, even keto and paleo, I would feel really good, and then I would crash. I want to explain to you why that happens and why that's not happening on the carnivore diet. Every day on the carnivore diet, I feel better and better. I feel stronger and stronger. I have more and more energy every single day. And the reason why is because I'm actually healing now. And this has never worked before because I wasn't healing. But the reason I would feel that initial relief, if you want to call it that, is because I was not just removing gluten. I was not just removing meat. I was removing a lot of things that go in my diet that that were causing me harm. When I went gluten-free originally, that takes a lot of sugar out of your diet. It takes a lot of seed oils out of your diet. It takes a lot of processed foods out of your diet. When you go raw, again, you eliminate a lot of grains out of your diet. You still have those nuts, but you eliminate a lot of grains out of your diet. So you're taking things out of your diet. You're just not simply eating gluten. You're just not simply eating cooked foods. You're just not simply whatever, fill in the blank. You're removing a lot of impurities from your diet. But eventually, the vitamins that you're starting to lack start to catch up with you. And because you're not supplementing properly, you cannot go without red meat without supplementing properly. You know, you guys think you're getting all these vegetables from your diet. 90% of the vegetables that claim to have all these vitamins in them, they're not bioavailable to you. You can't absorb those vitamins. And there is not one nutrient found in vegetables that you can't find in beef. Okay? I'm serious, you guys. You get a well-rounded carnivore diet going for you. You don't need supplements anymore. You don't need all of this other junk. And the bottom line is, the carnivore diet removes all sugar and it removes all carbs from your diet, which only does one thing, and that is plummet your insulin. Okay? If you're like me, if you're overweight at all, okay, if you crave carbs and sugar all the time, guess what? You're insulin resistant. Okay? You eat way too much sugar and your body cannot process it. Your body is just flooded with glucose and insulin all the time. And the foods that they tell you to eat the most, even though they're not sugar foods, stuff like oatmeal, stuff like wheat, bread, pasta, the stuff they tell you to eat the most, even though it's not sugar, it turns into sugar because you don't do anything. You sit around and you watch TV. And no, getting up and going to work, even if you have a physical job, does not count as exercise. So you have a sedentary lifestyle. Everything you eat turns into sugar in your body and you feel like garbage. Okay? You're insulin resistant. And if you're insulin resistant, you are in danger of a host of issues that you do not want to deal with. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of it. Okay? So if you think your problems today are bad, what are you going to do when you get a cancer diagnosis? What are you going to do when the doctor tells you, sorry, you're diabetic, you're going to have to take this insulin? What are you going to do? Okay? You're going to quit eating those foods whether you like it or not. Okay? Because you're not created to eat those foods. Those foods are killing you. Those foods are not just killing you, but they are killing 90% of our population. And it is a slow, cruel death. And, you know, I just couldn't help but sit there and laugh at that video. And I told my husband, I said, I was so wrong. Like, literally, everything I've ever learned about diet and nutrition is so wrong, you guys. And every day that I stay on the carnivore diet, I feel that more and more and more. It's not turning on me. I'm not losing energy, I'm gaining energy. I'm not gaining weight, I'm losing weight. You know, I am losing all of my inflammation and it feels amazing. And I am free. And you don't have to live being sick. God did not create you to be sick. Your choices created your sickness. And now it's time to make different choices. And it is my prayer that everybody I know would be strong enough and just admit it. You ate your way into whatever disease you are dealing with at this moment, and you can eat your way out. And that is a promise. Okay? God did not create us to be sick. We live in a sick environment, but you can choose to be healthy in it. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of willpower, but you can do it. You do not have to die early. You do not have to be sick. You do not have to rely on pharmakia to keep you alive. That is no quality of life. So I urge you today, please make different choices. And I know that some of you are probably really tired of listening to me beat this drum, but let me tell you something. If you saw somebody doing something that you knew was literally threatening their livelihood and their health, you would not stop preaching. If your best friend was slamming heroin every day, you would not stop preaching to them, because they are literally putting a poison in their body. And sugar and carbs are equally a poison as heroin and cocaine is. There's research out there, you guys, to look into that. The choices you make today determine the quality of your life and the length of your life. And I pray that every single one of you will make different choices going forward. I love you all. Shalom. Have a great day.